It was exactly 3 a.m. when I felt a sudden icy chill down my spine. I turned my camera around, and there it was, a white shroud standing perfectly still. Welcome back! Today we are diving into a true encounter with the legendary Pocong. To understand the terror, you first have to know what a Pocong actually is. In local tradition, when a person passes, they are wrapped in a white burial shroud called a kain kafan. The shroud is tied at the feet, the neck, and above the head. Legend says if the ties aren't released after 40 days, the soul becomes trapped. That soul then wanders the earth as a Pocong, seeking someone to untie its knots. But my story doesn't start in a graveyard. It starts on a lonely road home. I was walking back from a late shift, the air thick with humidity and silence. I noticed the crickets had stopped chirping. Everything went deathly quiet. That is when I heard it, a soft, rhythmic thudding sound behind me. Thud, thud. It sounded like something heavy hitting the ground. I told myself it was just my imagination, or perhaps a stray animal. I quickened my pace, but the sound followed, staying at the same distance. I reached a narrow alleyway that served as a shortcut to my house. The smell hit me first, the scent of damp earth and old jasmine. It was the smell of a fresh grave. My heart began to race. I slowly turned my head, just a fraction, looking over my shoulder. In the corner of my eye, I saw a tall white shape standing by a tree. It didn't have arms. It was bound tight from head to toe. The face was dark, shadowed, and seemingly hollowed out. I froze. Every muscle in my body refused to move. They say the Pocong moves by hopping because its feet are tied. But this one didn't hop. It seemed to glide across the ground toward me. The air around me grew so cold I could see my own breath. I finally found the strength to scream, but no sound came out. I turned and bolted. I ran faster than I ever had in my life. The thudding sound grew louder, faster, right on my heels. I reached my front door and fumbled wildly with my keys. I felt a presence right behind my neck, a cold, wet pressure. I burst inside and slammed the door, locking every bolt I had. I collapsed against the wood, gasping for air, praying it was gone. Then I heard 3 slow knocks on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Please, untie me. I stayed awake until the sun came up, light finally pouring through the window. When I checked the porch, there were no footprints, only a patch of wet earth. Locals told me later that a funeral had been held nearby just a week prior. The burial was rushed, and people whispered that the knots were forgotten. Encounters like mine aren't uncommon in the rural parts of the country. Many believe the Pocong is more of a lost soul than a malicious spirit. But when you are face to face with one, logic disappears. Only fear remains. I still can't walk down that alleyway without looking over my shoulder. What would you do if you saw a white shroud hopping toward you in the dark? Would you run, or would you have the courage to help the soul find peace? The mystery of the Pocong remains one of the most terrifying parts of our culture. Keep your lights on tonight, and maybe check behind you just in case. Thank you for listening to my story. It's one I'll never forget. If you enjoyed this spooky encounter, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Stay safe out there.